Okay, and then that side of the cockpit.
Object accepted for processing.
To go in.
Credits deposited.
Take off that power pack. Oh, which blew the goddamn coolant. That blew the coolant tank. Should have taken the coolant tank off first, never mind. Hello, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night, and we're back in Hardspace Shipbreaker. Now, I know the next ship, the last ship really that we've got to do in terms of the class of ship, you know, the general configuration is the Industrial Gecko. We're not going to do that today for, you know, I have scheduling reasons I'm not going to bore you with, but I can't fit that one in today. I need to do something fairly quick. So what we're going to do... Well, we're not exactly going to call it a speed run. I'll show you what we're going to do. So if you look at this certification, I've told you about this before. So quite often, in this one, we need to get 50 mechanical items, 150 electrical items, and 55 work order objectives, as well as 45 million credits. Well, you know, the credits come as you go along. You know, each one of the Class 2 reactors is worth, like, 3 million credits. And to be honest, with 150 electrical items and 50 mechanical, you'll probably do most of those work order objectives along the way. But if you go up a class... Whoops. Right, see, this is a good example. So if we go up the next... So when we're in the next class, we've only got 5 Class 2 reactors to take, 10 Class 2 thrusters, and 5 ECUs. Now that's going to take us, you know, 5 ships at the absolute minimum to do that. So we'll probably fill quite a few work order objectives in over the space of 5 ships, but we're very unlikely to do 140 of them. So that's a good example. Sometimes you need to farm really quick work order objectives. And on top of that, if you want to, you need to farm repair kits and farm utility keys, which you'll need to switch off the fuel lines for the geckos on the higher levels. Now, it's not a big deal, you know, utility keys are worth like 50 grand, so that doesn't bother me too much, but if it bothers you, this is a good place to come and farm work order objectives and repair kits and utility keys, and the way to do that is by quickly going down to, like, for example, the lowest level of ship grade, not the very lowest level because that's a training ship, but if we come down here, let's take this cargo ship here at the bottom. And we're going to do one shift, so we'll get through this ship as quickly as we can, just doing one shift. Whatever we don't get done in one shift, fair enough. But let's have a look at the work order objectives. Nanocarbon, metal, power junction box, and a thruster. So, you know, that'll be no problem at all doing this. Let's rip that off. So, first things first, I don't know which side the hatch is on. It's on the other side, so... I'm not really that bothered about these, to be honest, but since we're up here, why not? Okay.
Credits transferred.
Cut that off. Cut that off. Tether one to the other. Tether that to the barge. I'll probably have to shuffle that top one around, because when you tether one nacelle to the other, they don't always both go into the barge cleanly, but I'm not bothered. I just want them to get down there and out of the way quickly. I can deal with that later. Okay. Excuse my squeaking. It's my leather chair on the desk here.
Account credit applied.
Well, you know, vinyl chair, sorry. Yeah. Oh, no, it did actually lock both of those in. That doesn't always happen. But let's go and depress.
Airlock pressure levels dropping.
Yes, yes. I don't know what there's a little bit of a glitch with the danger symbol there for some reason.
Airlock pressure levels.
Salvage deposit. Credits
okay.
transferred.
Depress.
Air pressure level decreasing.
And cycle the airlock. Okay. Have we got any? I don't know if we've got any utility keys. Well, there's a data drive for a start. I can't see any utility keys. Let's have a look. No, but one might turn up. Like I said, they're not in every ship, but it's a quick way to farm them. So let's cut the floor out. Oops, cut through the aluminium a bit there. Getting a bit too excited there, was I? Bit too excited, wasn't it? Right, okay. And the ceiling, I'm going to do with the stinger. Watch out for those soft cargo things when you're going through these, because quite often you'll just accidentally... Oh, there you go. I have done. Look. Like I said, quite often you'll accidentally just set one of those alight when you do that. It can be a bit of a pain, but there you go. Not too worried about it. So we're not bothered about that. And of course, that cargo hatch there wants to go into the barge, but I didn't release the cut points first, so... There we go.
Valuable object processed.
Okay.
Credits deposited.
So the cargo hatch wants to go into the barge. No worries. That wasn't very pretty. It's a bit clumsy, but still.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
There we go. Send that into the processor. I've released the floor, so blow out the floor. Send it over there. And then this has got some stuff on it. It's got a battery pack on it and a computer terminal. I'm not managed to... Sometimes, you know, if you send these both down to the barge as one piece, it doesn't register them both. So if you're doing that and you need these for your work orders, for example, you know, just make sure you send them both separately.
Salvage secured.
Always a good thing. Let's pull that off. I don't need this, but, you know. Oops. Didn't even... Didn't work out too well anyway, did it? So, there we go. Let's cut the cockpit away. Do it with the stinger as well, because otherwise you'll cut through a bunch of this. It doesn't really matter if you cut into the hull there. I mean, you know, who really cares, but... Oops. I did cut that way. But it can... It just gets a bit messy, you know? Also, you might accidentally cut through the aluminium to some coolant or anything that's on the other side, so that can be a bit of an issue. Pull that off. Tug that thing away. Okay.
Secured. Account credit applied.
Okay. I know we don't want this away yet, but still. There we go. Processor. Get the reactor out of the way. Okay. And then we'll go up and get that thruster that it wants.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Okay. I hate removing thrusters. I don't know why that always happens to me. They always seem to fly up in the air. I'm obviously doing something wrong there. There we go. Send that down to the barge. Hope it gets there. Yep. No worries.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Whee! Okay. Right, now we can cut the tail section off. Oops. Stupid boy. Okay. I didn't see any O2 or anything there, did you? Alright, let's pull off that power junction box. It'll spark because it's still connected to the power, but it should still register. There you go. It registered for the work order, so we're good. We're good. Right. So, honestly, pulling that thing away, we'll probably do it for the nanocarbon. We'll get those. There we go. Let's pull those off. Wow.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Okay. That's probably going to hit something and explode.
Reminder.
It's gonna hit the nacelle.
Asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage quotas.
Yeah, that's spun out of the way. Let's just retrieve it. There we go. Yeah, that hit the nacelle. I wasn't really careful enough.
Credits deposited.
Okay, let's see if we can blow through some of these. Okay,
Oxygen reserves are
one
critical.
side.
Please contact your plan administrator to have asphyxiation coverage.
Okay. Got into the airlock a little bit there, but too worried. Alright, let's go and get some oxygen before we die. Refill the tethers. Probably won't need to refill the tethers, but it's always handy. Okay, oxygen.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
Tethers. Okay. So we've got a couple of these back panels off now. I'm just going to go down the whole length of the ship before I do that. Before I cut them all away completely. Did I cut away the cockpit? I can't remember whether I even did that. Oh, there's a utility key, see? So you can usually find one, so it's a good way to sort of farm these kind of things. These things that you need for like the later stuff. You know, we don't really need them for the mackerels. Not these mackerels, anyway. And you can usually find them on mackerels anyway, so it's not a big deal, but... Okay. Right. Did I cut the cockpit away? I can't even remember. I did indeed. So there you go. Right, okay. Did cut the cockpit away, so... Right in there. Okay. And then that one. Stop it crossing the path there. It's going to be a bit of a pain. Okay, and then that side of the cockpit.
Object accepted for processing.
To go in.
Credits deposited.
Take off that power pack. Oh, shit, which blew the goddamn coolant. That blew the coolant tank. Should have taken the coolant tank off first, never mind. Should have taken that coolant tank off first, but don't worry about it. No big deal. Okay. Go in through here to try and get those last cut points. I can't see what's in here, so I don't want to really tug at the damn thing. Yeah, there we go. Coolant tank. That could have been nasty. Let's try not to blow this one up. Okay. All right. Right, I'm not bothered about that bit of nanocarbon because we've completed all our work orders apart from that one. So let's just send that into the furnace, shall we?
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Because we're not really doing anything else at that point. We're not really doing anything but wasting time, so... Pull that off. God damn those things. I really hate it when they do that. And I mean, you know, if you want the computers and the various bits and pieces that are in here, that's fine. You know, you take off the power junction box or, you know, any of those things. But a lot of the stuff in the cockpits of these mackerels just kind of wigs out, so... If you've got lots of mechanical items to get, which we have, you know, pull off the mechanical items. These are for the quota, really, more so than for anything else. So yeah, you know, tog off any mechanical items that you've got there. What does that class as? Electrical. Okay. Right, but I can't remember whether we've got electrical items to do. I don't know. Not for the work order, obviously. Let's close that now. But for the quota,
Salvage deposit accepted.
we've probably got electrical items to do. I don't know. But I know we got mechanical, so that's it. Then you just, you know, don't worry about the rest of the stuff that's in there. We'll make enough money off this shift, and we've done the work orders, so there you go. As soon as that gets swallowed up in there, we're all done. Oh, make sure that other nacelle went in. Yeah, both of those on both sides locked into the barge. Sometimes when you attach one nacelle to the other, like I did there, sometimes one doesn't quite, the top one doesn't quite go in. So you just have to kind of send another tether, but, you know, it only takes a moment. It's not a big deal.
Valuable
There we go.
object processed. Credits deposited.
So there you go. That took us, what, 13 minutes? 13 minutes of our 15-minute shift to do all of that. And we made... shunk. 2.5 million, you know, which is not bad, I guess. It's only a mackerel, so you're not going to make a lot more than that. The whole thing, even if I'd taken it apart piece by piece, I think was only worth about 3.2 million or 3.5 or something like that. I'm not sure. But that really is if you take apart absolutely everything. I lost a fuel tank there. I lost two. I lost both those coolant tanks. Both those tanks blew. One I blew was my fault. I blew it by sparking from the power cell. I should probably take the coolant tank off first. But the second one just wigged out and blew. That wasn't anything that I did. It just went mental. So yeah, you know, it's just a quick way to farm. So like, you know, we didn't get any repair kits from that, but quite often in these mackerels, especially the station hopper mackerels, I find, if you look at the station, that was a cargo one, but the station hopper mackerels, quite often they'll have repair kits in and stuff like that. And a lot of the time, of course, they'll have O2, so you won't have to go back for the oxygen all the time. But, you know, we just got 4 work orders knocked out there quickly in less than one shift. We got 2.5 million, of which, you know, they're obviously going to take 500,000 from me anyway. And we got a lot of stuff destroyed because we didn't bother removing all the computers and things like that. If you wanted to, I had 2 minutes. I could have removed a bunch of those other computers as well to get some of those. And sometimes they'll appear on the work order, but most of the time, computer terminals only appear on the work orders of the biggest ships for the most part. So yeah, there you go. That's a quick way to sort of go through, have a bit of fun. You know, you can practice and improve your speed running at these various different things at the same time as farming utility keys and things like that. So you're making money at the same time as farming utility keys, quite often repair kits for your equipment, and quite often, you know, work order objectives, repair kits, and utility keys for the bigger ships. So, you know, that's one way to do that. So, that's where we're going to leave it. You know, nice, quick, and easy episode. We will work on the larger industrial gecko. We'll get on with that, don't worry. You'll see a bit of that, I think, next episode, probably. And then, I don't know, we might take a bit of a break from Shipbreaker just to do something else. So, there's a reason... basically, I have a review code for a game, and I've only got so much time to sort of play as much of it as I can and get the review written and done and out. So because of that, I have to kind of do things that are a little bit faster at the moment, rather than the big sort of hour-long things. And so I've got to really kind of whittle through them. So there'll be a bit of a break, I think, from Hardspace Shipbreaker after the Industrial Gecko, or possibly even before. I don't even know yet. I haven't decided. Depends how much time I've got tomorrow, but we'll see. But we'll always come back to it. I will keep coming back to Hardspace Shipbreaker. At this point in time, as far as I'm concerned, I can see that this is a game I'm going to keep coming back to as they add new things. I will talk about an update that they've got coming soon. I think the next big update, they're talking about bringing in something which is more of a lore thing than anything else. I'm curious to see how it will affect our day-to-day. But, you know, we'll worry about that later. You can follow me on Twitter in the meantime at knights_arcade if you want to check out my tweets and see who I'm chatting with and what I'm chatting about in there. You can catch up with my live streams if you like. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday over on Twitch. There's a link to my Twitch channel down in the video description, along with links to the Knights Arcade Facebook page, the Knights Arcade Patreon, and the KnArc Discord server. So, head on over there, chat to some of the people we've got on the Discord server, hang out with the community, check out their live streams if you want. But if you don't want to do any of those things, leave a like if you like this video, subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and ring the bell to be notified whenever I post new content. But until next time, from Knight's Arcade, this is Sleepless Night, saying nighty-night.